Coach, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
George Michalowski, Pittsburgh Sports Now.
Awesome.
You guys won the turnover battle by a wide margin tonight. Do you think it was a matter of shots not falling on your end, or what do you think of your shot selection?
Yeah, shots not falling, not executing our offense. They were obviously in a zone the whole game, so we didn't execute our game plan as far as getting the ball inside and then trying to get the ball, work the ball outside. We shot 5 for 22 from 3 on our home floor. It's just completely unacceptable, and 10 for 17 from free throw. A little bit of shot selection and execution.
Chandler, Zach Weiss, also Pittsburgh Sports Now. Nice to see you again. Just for you personally, this time of year is a bend, don't break kind of year. How do you learn from a result like this to make sure that bend is stronger next time around?
Yeah, one thing we're not going to do is beat them up in the locker room post-game. But one thing I do know is film does not lie. And we're going to have a really tough film session. We're going to make sure that we learn from our mistakes on this and get better in the future.
Personally, Isis you guys are really effective when she got touches at the free throw line, whether she was creating her team. Just how much was it just making her be a magnet with the ball and finding success off of that role?
Yeah, in general, when anyone plays a zone, we want to get the ball in the paint before we kick it out. That's when you're going to get open looks anyway. And Isis is an incredible decision maker. She's an incredible mid-range shooter, so she's perfect at that high post area.
What about your team? What about your team that you've seen so far this year makes you optimistic about them responding from this adversity?
Yeah, we probably had the best week of practice we've had all season, so it's a little bit of a head scratcher. Keela is an incredible coach. I would have played us zone too, and she played us zone for 40 minutes. She hadn't played many possessions of zone all season, so we definitely prepared for it, but weren't something that we were expecting for 40 minutes. I think that some teams might play us some zone, and we got to make sure that we're more effective with our shot selection and executing a lot better.
You had that final timeout. You had the chance. You had 2 really good looks. Was that what was designed to just pull it out for that one shot and not let them get another opportunity?
No, we wanted to get the ball inside. We could have gone 2 for 1. I had another timeout, so we wanted to get the ball to Danny. The time was running down a little bit, so obviously once the ball, the clock hit like 5 or 4, Raisa hit that shot from the top of the key, which isn't a bad shot. She crashed. She got it out to Noah. Noah had a wide open look, and the shot didn't fall.
Defensively, you forced them into 21 turnovers. You have to be happy with the active hands. Just what did you make of the defense as a whole? Obviously, the turnovers don't tell the whole story of the night, but what you thought of the effort?
Yeah, we want to hang our hat on the defensive end. I think that we had way too many lapses in the fourth quarter. They scored 17 points. Our goal was 14 a quarter for them. That 3, obviously it was a game-winning 3. Jada missed the box out, on a post player because we were switching 1 through 4, so it was just a tough one over her head. She's 5'6", that kid's 6 foot. There were way too many lapses defensively, if I'm being honest with you. There's no way a shooter should be able to go 4 for 6 and a half and us not run her off the line. And we obviously fouled the post player way too many times. She was 9 for 9 for the free throw line. So
this is an overarching, and I know you just had a chance to digest this one, but through 160 minutes, what do you think you're most proudest of with your team so far? Or 4 games, excuse me.
Yeah, I really love all 16 of our young ladies. They're really good people. They really want to do what we're asking them to do. They're really close. They're tight-knit. I think that's going to carry us deeper into the season, but, that's no consolation when you lose a basketball game, so we got to figure it out, and we got to come away with W's.
How much of this is figuring out rotations, times, patterns, substitutions, and how much of it is kind of by trial by fire?
A lot of it. We tell our young ladies you earn your minutes in practice, and quite frankly, all of them had good practices this week, so it was tough. That's why you see so many people playing, right? Obviously against the zone, you play the people that maybe can shoot it from 3 a little bit better to try to extend that zone out so we can still pound it inside, but we didn't really have anyone make 3s consistently tonight.
A lot of times when you're going against a zone, a lot of it's not about what happens when the ball goes in, but the patience and the behaviors that come out of it. Just how do you learn in that aspect just to remain patient, just remain in the fight, and just next play?
Yeah, that's our whole motto for the whole season. We just want to, if you mess up on the defensive end, then we just got to go score. Or you mess up on the offensive end, you got to go get a stop. It's, one possession at a time, one game at a time, one day at a time. We tell our young ladies the most important game is the next one on the schedule, and that's why Pitt's the most important game. But we won't not learn from this game as well. Like, we're going to watch a lot of film. I went in there, really just read to them the stats, and told them to be prepared for some film.
Obviously, I got scouted at Pitt by asking this question, but I'll try not to go 0 for 2 here. Facing local opponents,
Mm-hmm.
just how, I know this is timing, but just facing local opponents and having this run of local opponents you're on now, how special is that? How important is that for you?
Yeah, we want to build a fan base here in the greater Pittsburgh area or Western PA in general. So, again, Keela is incredible, so we're trying to renew that home and home with them. Same with, all the Western PA teams and teams in this area, even Ohio. So we do want to stay local, and we want to build a recruiting base here as well.
Danny's performance, obviously it's 8 points offensively, but a lot of the baskets and plays you were making were big and won continuity plays. Just what did you like out of that, just her ability to just stick with it, and how can that stick with it be contagious?
Yeah, Danny's been great for us all season. She just got to stay out of foul trouble. If she played more than 5 minutes in the first half, I think the score would have been a little bit better, which obviously goes to show number 12 was 9 for 9 from the free throw line. So she just got to work on the defensive side of the ball. Danny's been reliable offensively. I think there were a couple shots there at the end she could have knocked down as well. When Danny shoots, we expect it to go in. She's so efficient. So I know she's probably beating herself up a little bit, but opportunity to turn the page on Saturday.